being able to pay ourselves this year, that is really the biggest thing that we are tackling. Our farm currently is not making money. We intend to make money. You know, this is a business for us. Yes, it is a huge labor of love, but it's a labor. And with that labor, we want to look at being rewarded. And in the end, that reward, the biggest one is a monetary reward. I worked part-time off farm, then worked full-time off farm. It's challenging to continue to have to, second guess, is what I'm doing here really fruitful? We're willing to be flexible and to do what's necessary to make our farm viable.
This year is the first year that I've done this as my sole source of income. My wife works off farm, but up until this year I've always had another job that I've worked all during the season, so I've been farming on the side. And this year I'm really feeling pretty acutely the challenges of generating enough income off of the farm while balancing the time requirements of producing that food. The farm itself is viable in the sense that it's covering all of its costs and its labor costs, but it's not quite there in terms of providing the degree of income for my own livelihood.
This scale of farming, because we are diversified. We're growing 70 varieties of fruits and vegetables, but the margins are still really low. So in order for us to make a go of this as a business that supports our entire family and employees, we don't really see us having any other choice than to vertically integrate some things, to be able to process our own fruits and vegetables, to have more year-round production. There are just some major policy barriers in making that affordable and appropriate. You have to be GAP certified to be able to sell into some markets, to some distributors, which I totally understand, but these are some barriers that make it really difficult for small-scale producers to punch up, to get out of that first level without being able to can or freeze their products and sell it to the public, without being able to make certain value-added products. So a lot of the home-based food vendor laws are really written toward someone in their home who's running to Aldi and buying peppers on sale and canning them. It's just over-inclusive to have farmers who have a bumper crop of peppers and need to do something with it, or that is money lost. I think we need to get away from asking farmers to just donate excess crops. There need to be a better way of making this a viable alternative for farmers to make money on fresh product that they can't move as quickly as they need to.
It's kind of difficult sometimes to compete with the larger stores. They're able to offer food products for much cheaper than we can, even though we're producing, natural, healthy food. That's not always what people want.
Biggest challenge is by far marketing and customer awareness. There's still a lot of traditional farming around here. There's not a lot of organic specialty crop systems, and finding people that are interested in that is tricky. The CSA, I feel like that's the next step for us. It's gonna secure more of a steady income. Our big customers are restaurants, and their cash flow ebbs and flows so much that I really can't base a good business plan on that. I feel like the CSA for a produce farmer, a small scale produce farmer, is the way to go. You've got a steady supply. Most of it can usually be paid up front, and it's a good way to secure, a set amount of income.
This will be our third year doing a CSA. The first 2 years we partnered with one farm, which has helped us tremendously as beginning farmers to mitigate risk and build our customer base alongside another more experienced farm who also wants to mitigate risk and whose primary business is not a CSA.
We're kind of getting more known all the time, and we are, gaining new customers all the time. It would help tremendously, though, if we could have more of a communication with the local grocery store, if we could just grow and bring it right to the store and just have it accessible to everybody versus people having to come, just to the farm for their produce or to go to attend a market or, figure out where we're at to get the food.
The tunnels were a lifesaver for us to be able to grow year-round and make this more profitable for us, and also let us do crops that other people weren't growing here in this area.
Our high tunnel has opened up the possibility for us to do more season extension. In this region, it's a must if you are looking to be a viable operation, to get, you know, as much product as you can.
It's really easy to look at it and say, oh, that's an expensive investment, when in reality, it's making your crops grow better, you're getting more crops, and you're adding value to your farm.
Being able to access the dollars that some of the rural farmers receive, we don't, as urban farmers, we don't have as much access. Because we're small farm, you don't have the collateral that some of the larger farms have in rural areas. And so when you go into the bank, while they may see us as a value to the community, we're underrepresented when it comes to receiving funding sources.
We have lost so much faith in the help and the grants. You know, we grow the produce, we provide all this food, we're organic, we accept DBT, we feed the community. We have yet to get any help. We are first generation farmers, so we've had to purchase everything from starting with our land to a tractor to a pickup truck. It's all been out of our pocket.
Inputs and implements that small farms use are so hard to find, from compost to mulch to fertilizers. And then from there, if you don't have a trailer or a tractor, how do you get these things to your farm at an affordable rate? So it would be wonderful to see Purdue support more cooperative purchasing and selling with local farms, just to help with those implements.
There's programs out there to help, but I mean, it's kind of just been more of a hassle than actual help. Like, we tried applying for like equip grants and stuff like that, and it seemed like we were getting it, so we were kind of getting strung along that we were gonna get a grant, so we were waiting to get like a tunnel for a while, and ended up falling through when the guy left to go to Minnesota. Then another guy came into the office, and then like everything changed, and yeah, it just seems like it just never works out. We're waiting on something that like doesn't happen.
Traditional farmers, I should say, might frown upon taking, you know, government handouts or government assistance, but I don't see that there's any other way to get into this business without some kind of subsidized capital at the beginning to get going. There's just so much risk involved. When you're talking about a corn farm that's grossing $800 an acre, it's just totally different business structures, and I don't think anyone really understands it until we unpack those numbers. Like $30,000 on a quarter acre, and when you get that up to an acre, somebody's making $120,000 on an acre of vegetables versus $800 on an acre of corn, and what supports we need to do that, because we can feed our communities. That's a big misconception, is we can't feed our communities without big ag. But I mean, we have 125 CSA members. It's 125 family members that get a large portion of their food every week off of our half acre.
Our mission sustains us through all of the challenges. We didn't get into farming to make a lot of money, though there is money to be made, and we certainly want to make money.
We really don't have the farm subsidy backups that the commodity farms have, so we don't want those. We want it to be something where we're paid a fair price for what we grow, and to earn a fair compensation for that. We're not trying to grow it cheaper in more volume. That we're trying to grow something that's a better food source. There's something here that's going to be going on forever, and it's not just trying to get something out the door right now either.
We're seeing our way through this. We're not making a ton of money, but we're making a ton of opportunity.